RBI single by Brooklyn McCumber. And so are we on now?
Yes, you are. Good luck out there.
All right, thank you very much. Tyler Dictanis helping us out, got us on, and here is the first pitch to Mitchell. And Lady Mitchell takes a ball outside for ball one. It's for those of you joining us on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, welcome. Sorry we got a little bit late. I'm not quite sure what Tyler Dictanis did, but he got us on, so we thank him for that. And now we can head to Bagley unless something else happens. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out as the pitch fouled off. 2-0 Prairie du Chien, 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. And a pop-up to short left field and a diving miss of the ball. The throw to third, that gets away. And the runner will come to the plate as the ball goes all the way behind the backstop, and it's 3-0. And then the throw to third, not in time. So Mitchell gets on. I guess that would be a base hit with an error, and a base hit, no RBI, because Mitchell came all the way around from first base to score, and now Mitchell over at third. And now here is Cameron Knapp, the second baseman. 3-0 Prairie du Chien, and first pitch fouled off right off the backstop. Just missed the camera. We're brought to you by Astria. They deliver better fiber internet in Platteville. Visit AstriaConnect.com for home and business internet options for every need and budget. 1 strike, 2 out. And that is low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Next pitch popped to short right, Temperley coming on, and she makes the catch in right field. Long way to go, but she makes the catch. But in the inning, 3 runs score on 2 hits and an error. 1 runner left, and our score after 1, Prairie du Chien 3 and Platteville nothing on X1071. Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071. Top of the second inning, 3-0, and a strike called to make it 2 balls and 1 strike to Maggie Grabant, the third baseman. We're also now on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical, as the pitch is fouled off. And is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Defense for Prairie du Chien after this 2-2 pitch from Kennedy. Strike called on the outside corner, 1 away. The defense, as mentioned, Claire Kennedy, the pitcher. Chaka is the catcher. At third base is Lainey Mitchell. Lang is at second. Lang is at short. Cameron Knapp is at second. Smith is at first. And meanwhile, strike one to Lainey Pickle, the designated player. Out in left field, Brooklyn McCumber. Center fielder is Halverson. And the right fielder is Achenbach. And meanwhile, 2 strikes with 1 out. Pickle was not on the varsity last season for the Hillmen. And that's a rise ball missing, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looking in Kennedy. And here comes the pitch. And that misses low and outside, and it's 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. Low it outside, and the count is full, 3-2. With Alicia Jones on deck. 1 away in the top of the second, and a 3-0 Prairie du Chien lead. And that's strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 away in the top of the second inning. Claire Bank, where there are 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC and equal housing lender. And Tim Slack Auction and Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim, Kathy, Chase, and the staff today. Tim Slack Auction and Realty, Lancaster and Fenimore. Jones fouls it off at the plate for strike 1. Here's the next pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. And it's quickly 2 strikes. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Grounded right to first, and the easy put out at first ends the inning. Platteville down 1-2-3 in the second after an inning and a half. It is Prairie du Chien 3, Platteville nothing on X1071. Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 Prairie du Chien, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Cameron Knapp. Platteville obviously hasn't scored. Prairie du Chien got 3 runs actually in the first inning. That next pitch, a swing and a miss, and down goes the 8th place hitter, Brooke Halverson, and 1 away. Bailey Halverson, excuse me. Here's the 9th batter. Ella Lang, the shortstop, and that pitch is a check swing for ball 1. There's a called strike to make it 1-1. CJ ATM Service, see Chuck Schneering. For all of your business and large-scale event ATM needs, find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service in Platteville. 1-1 pitch, drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2. There's the 1-2 pitch. Just missed outside. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the problem, a couple of hits and some pretty aggressive base running, and then a defensive problem. Meanwhile, strike 3 on the outside corner. And retired is Lang for the second out. Now back to the top of the order, Nylan Cheka, who flied to left, deep left in the first inning. McNett Electric and Belmont can assist you with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with the agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. First pitch is ball 1. 45 degrees and cloudy and a little bit of on and off wind. Wind looks like, according to the flag, it's blowing in from left. That pitch is a ball outside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Shea towing in the pitcher's circle and now pitches. And that's hit to right field, foul and out of play. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. 200 to right field. And it looks like it's 205 to center. And that's popped up to right, temporarily coming on near the line and makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Prairie du Chien down 1-2-3 in the second. After 2, Prairie du Chien 3, Platteville nothing on X1071. Top of the third inning. And it's a 3-0 Prairie du Chien league over Platteville. And the first pitch is a called strike. Have to do a little tech thing here. In the top of the third inning, Maria Schmidt swings and misses at a high-level pitch, and it's quickly 2 strikes. Maria Schmidt also did not play on varsity last season, or at least did not get an at-bat. Those are based on the fact that I did their last game, so I have their records. Last year, that was when Platteville got beat by West Salem. The pitch is upstairs, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3-0 Prairie du Chien. Nobody out, top of the third inning. Prairie du Chien with all 3 runs in the first. And there's a called strike. 1 away. Back to the top of the order, and Schneering, who singled but was thrown out at third base on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. First pitch to Schneering, popped up, and who's going to catch it? It is Chika the catcher. And it was going to be either her or Kennedy, and it's Chika, I believe, made the catch. It's one of the two of them. The result is the same. They're right next to each other. 2 away, and here is Key, who singled in the first inning and takes a called strike. Russell offices here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin Russell Law offices. The 0-1 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, and it's 2 strikes. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical services for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. 2 strikes, 2 out, high. The pitch, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're brought to you by Bytech Resource Management, a Greener Wave Bytech Resource Management of Monroe, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Belmont Prairie Chien at Carey's Gutters and Doors.com. 1-2 with 2 out. Fly ball right field, and coming over toward the line, dropped, and that's a fair ball. And a runner at second for Platteville as Key gets the double. It was not touched, and so that's her second hit of the game. And now Jackson Bernchin, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer, Bloomington, Cuba City, Montford, and at Sloans.com. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. And there's a called strike. Key the runner at second. With 2 out. Platteville had 2 runners on in the first, could not get them home. And here's a fly ball to left center field and caught in left field to end the 3rd inning. 1 hit, 1 left. Platteville's left 3 in their first 3 innings after 2.5, 3-0 Prairie du Chien on X1071. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 3-0 Prairie du Chien. And the first pitch slapped to left field and down the line for a base hit for Achenbach. And she walks into second standing with a double on the first pitch. Achenbach walked and scored in the first, and she's gone on for the second time now. And here is Claire Kennedy, who popped to third back in the first inning. That was where all the runs scored, all 3 runs. First pitch is outside for ball 1. We're brought to you by WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-brands.com. Next pitch. That's a called strike, and the count even at 1. As Ken Harrelson would say back when he was the longtime White Sox announcer. I suppose it's redundant to say count even 1-1, but that pitch is outside and it's 2 balls and a strike. People's State Bank for personal home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. 2-1, popped up, and at shortstop, it's the shortstop Schneering calling off Grabant and making the infield play 1 away in the bottom of inning number 3. And we're brought to you by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. Smith walked and scored back in the first inning, and you probably saw and heard that ball off the backstop for strike 1. Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware, Hank and Napa dealer. See Rob Krantz and the crew at Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts in Fenimore. 1 strike, 1 out. And that count, pitch misses, and it's 1-1. As the wind is now stopped here on this cloudy day, indistinguishable from fall or spring. Ground ball to short, a roller, and the throw to first in time. Now the throw to third, and getting over to third on the throw is Achenbach. But there are 2 out. Of course, this is where all the problem occurred for Platteville in the first inning. So they have a runner at third, 2 out. And here is McCumber, RBI single and a run scored in that 3-run first inning for the Blackhawks. Rise ball for ball 1. Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery. Reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Call on Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. A ball and no strikes. Popped up. And it is the second baseman, Schmidt, making the infield put out, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left after 3. Prairie du Chien 3, Platteville nothing on X1071. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Bottom of the top of the 4th inning begins with a single to left center field for Kennedy Shea. And we'll have a courtesy runner over at first base, and as soon as she turns her back so that we can see the number, we'll tell you who that is. So base hit for Shea, who struck out looking in the first. Here's Graney, who made the last out of the first inning. And that's hit up the middle. Stepped on second for one, and the second for one in the first double play. That erases the threat quickly. A 6-4-3 double play. And quickly, 2 out and nobody aboard. Graney retired, and 2 away. And here's Graben, who struck out looking in the first inning. As again, the Hillman got 2 aboard but couldn't get him home, and the throw, a ground ball to second, and the throw to first is in time, and a very fast top of the 4th inning. 1, 2, 3. And after 3.5, Prairie du Chien 3, Platteville nothing on X1071. Well, to start the bottom of the 4th inning, Lady Mitchell just homered over the left field wall, and it's 4-0 Prairie du Chien. Mitchell with her second hit of the day and her first RBI, and it's 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And our game brought to you by Donnie's Tire Auto. Call the only hooker in town for 24-hour towing service at 568-3014. 568-3014, your home for excellent car care. Donnie's Tire Auto in Dickeyville. The first pitch, a strike to Cameron Knapp, the second baseman. Knapp flied to right in the first. Prairie du Chien with 3 in the first and now 1 in the 4th. And Platteville scoreless. They did get 2 runners aboard in the first inning, but were unable to get them in. 1 ball, no strikes. 200 to left field, by the way. This is where the ball went out. Pitch outside, it's 2 balls and no strikes. 200 also to right. And it's 205 to center field here. And this hit goes to center field and caught by the center fielder, Graney, for the first out at the bottom of the 4th inning. That makes her 0 for 2. We're brought to you by TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch Cobb in Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch Cobb and Platteville. First pitch fouled off at the plate by Bailey Halverson, who struck out back in the second inning. Shea ready and pitches, and that's bunted down the third baseline, but foul. And it's quickly 2 strikes. Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Two strikes with 1 out. And the pitch, a rise ball that misses. And it's 1-2 strikes. We're brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. Fouled off right off the backstop. And it's 1-2 strikes. Granny Electric in Platteville specializes in residential, agricultural, and commercial wiring for new construction, repairs, or maintenance. You can count on Granny Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. 1-2 outside, 2 strikes. Clear Reflections of Platteville proudly supports the Platteville softball team. Wishes them good luck and success this year. Clear Reflections specializes in window cleaning and pressure washing. Check out their website, clearreflectionswindows.com. Popped up, third base side, and this will, almost hit somebody sitting on this side of the dugout on the third baseline, which is Prairie Chien's dugout. As we mentioned, this ballpark is a southwest-northeast orientation. Think of Wrigley Field as an example. 2 strikes with 1 out. I'm going to get to the reason why that's interesting because of the last time I was here. 2-2 pitch, rise ball outside, and it's 3-2. Last time that we were here for a game would be 2021, the sectional final between Poinette and Dodgeville, the year that the Dodgers won state and played Poinette for the 3rd time in 4 years. There's a called strike and 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here is Lang, who struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. 4-0 Prairie du Chien. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch dances outside for ball 1. So when we were last here, we get to the game here, and it was a warm day with the very brisk south winds. And that's bunted fouled on the first baseline, and 1 strike. The wind was blowing from the south, which is blowing out here. So immediately you come here and you think, wow, Wrigley with the wind blowing out. And you think it's going to be like a 10-9 ball game. Of course, that was not the score. The score was 1-0 Dodgeville in 9 innings. Here's the 1-1 popped up off the backstop foul, and it's 1-2. Good pitching defeats the elements, in other words, I guess you could say. We're brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 1-2 with 2 out. There's one other thing about that. One of the weirder finishes you'll ever see, and that's a swing and a miss to end the inning. Prairie du Chien erased 1-2-3 at the bottom of the 4th. Our score, well, after the home run, that is. And our score after 4, Prairie du Chien 4, Platteville nothing on X1071. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. And Carey Seamless Gutters and overhead doors on X1071 and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical. 4-0 Prairie Chien, top of the 5th inning. And Pickle takes outside for ball 1. Correct that. That was a strike, 0-1. Now that's inside, and I guess I was just premature. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pickle struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. One pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Prairie Chien with 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They have left 2 runners aboard. Platteville, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error, and they have left 3 runners on board. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Prairie Chien with 3 in the 1st, and then the home run in the 4th. Platteville did have 2 runners aboard in the 1st inning right off the bat, but could not get them in. A called strike on the outside corner, and Pickle is retired, 1 away. Claire Kennedy now has 5 strikeouts in the game. Olds Law LLC, working to protect your rights. At Olds Law, they have the experience you need to get the results you want. Visit them at Olds Law LLC on Facebook. Olds Law in Platteville, defending your tomorrow today. Pitch fouled off at the plate, or actually off the backstop on the right side. Jones grounded to first back in the 2nd inning. We're also brought to you by First Supply at Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Fouled off. Ooh. You know, I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have parked the station vehicle quite that close. It did not hit it, just letting you know that. That did go pretty far, though, that foul ball. Anderson will return in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson will return in Dubuque when you are ready. That's a swing and a miss at a low pitch outside, and 2 away. In the bottom of the top of the 5th inning, Astria delivers better fiber internet in Platteville. Visit AstriaConnect.com for home and business internet options for every need and budget. Maria Schmidt struck out looking back in the 3rd inning. And the first pitch, strike on the outside corner. Sneedles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schneider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sneedles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Gray Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Great Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 2 strikes, 2 out. Outside on the pitch, it's 1-2. Claire Bank, with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that, member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 1-2 with 2 away. Popped up off the top of the backstop. And we'll do 1-2 again. Brought to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. Kennedy looks into Cheka, gets the sign, gets the pitch, or throws the pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner to end the 5th inning, striking out the side. And our score through 4.5, Prairie Chien 4, Platteville nothing on X1071.
Calcomene Market, 352 Bluff Street in Dubuque, or online at calcomenemarket.com.
Turpin Dodge salutes Heidi Huseman, registered nurse at Great River Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery PC. Turpin will honor Heidi with a donation to Great River Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery PC. Visit TurpinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Heidi, from Turpin Dodge in Dubuque. In Game 11.
Bottom of the fifth inning, 4-0 Prairie to Chien. First pitch is a called strike to Ireland Cheka, who flied to left in the first, flied to right in the second. And this is grounded to second, and the throw to first, Schmidt to Key, one away in the bottom of the fifth inning. And here is Rita Achenbach, who walked and scored in the first inning and then doubled in the third inning. Russell Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, family law, estate planning, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. Called strike to the left-handed hitting Achenbach. And pitch hit fouled on the left field line out of play, opposite field that instance. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the fifth. And the pitch outside, and it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. CJ ATM Service, see Chuck Schneering for all your business and large-scale event ATM needs. Find CJ ATM Service on Facebook to learn more. CJ ATM Service in Platteville. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Shea looks in. Actually, after she kind of moves the dirt on the pitching circle a bit. And a ground ball up the middle, past the second baseman for a base hit. So Achenbach with her second hit. And the third time she's been on base today. And here is Kennedy, who popped to third in the first. And popped to the pitcher. Actually, the shortstop back in the third inning. It's helpful to be able to read your own handwriting. First pitch is ball 1. Now Shea looks inside and delivers, and a fly ball to right field temporarily, and it's going to be actually the center fielder coming over Graney to make the catch. And back to first goes Achenbach, 2 away. McNett Electric can assist you with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call array to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Smith walked and scored in the first, grounded to short in the third, pops it up this time out of play. And that hit one of the logoed benches, logoed chairs that they have there here with a PDC logo. McNett Electric in Belmont, one of our sponsors today. Also, Tim Slack Auction Realty, whether buying or selling, call Tim Kathy Chase and their staff today. Tim Slack Auction Realty, Lancaster and Fenimore. Pitch fouled off. 2 strikes with 2 out. Two strikes with 2 out, and Achenbach at first. And the pitch, runner goes, pitches the ball, throw to second is not handled at second base. And so a stolen base for Achenbach, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shea looks inside, kind of, again, rearranging the dirt a bit. Now looks, now ready, and pitches. And that's fouled off. It will do 1 and 2 again. Justin Washburn and the H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical team continue to provide top-quality plumbing, heating, and electrical service for your business, home, and farm. H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical serving you in Fenimore, Lancaster, and Boscobel. 1-2, 2 out. And Achenbach at second. Rise ball misses, and it's 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, 2 out, and a runner at second. Then the whole 2 thing goes away when you look at the score, 5-0 Prairie to Chien. That's hit to center field, and it'll drop for a base hit. Coming around to score is Achenbach. And so an RBI single for Smith. And it is 5-0. Second run of the game scored by Achenbach here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And coming in as a pinch runner for Smith will be Abigail McCulloch. So she's aboard at first. And here is Brooklyn McCumber, who RBI single in the first and then popped to second in the 3rd inning. That pitch is outside for ball 1. Mound City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Learn more at moundcitybank.com. 1-0. Swing at a right back to Shea, and she throws to first and retires the side. One more run, however, for Prairie du Chien on 2 hits, 1 left. And after 5, Prairie du Chien 5, Platteville nothing on X1071.
Get ready for an unforgettable day on Sunday, April 13th at 10 a.m. as they celebrate the relaunch grand opening of Cedar Rock. They'll have a ribbon-cutting ceremony, ranger-guided tours of their stunning 200-acre property, delicious food, and exciting giveaway following their uplifting church service. Their community is all about new hope and connecting people to God's loving presence through the amazing power of the Holy Spirit. Everyone is welcome, so come as you are. They truly look forward to seeing you. Visit cedar-rock.org for more details.
In game 12.
Try that again. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, Electrical. And it is 5-0 Prairie du Chien over Platteville as we go to the 6th inning. And 2 balls and no strikes to Schneering, who singled in the first and popped to the catcher in the 3rd. Hillman had 2 hits in the first, but unable to score after that. That pitch is on the outside, is outside, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's low, and Schneering walks on 4 pitches. There's a start for the Hillman. Now Key, who singled in the first, doubled in the second, so she's 2 for 2 today. Grady Electric in Platteville specializes in residential, agricultural, commercial wiring. For new construction, repairs, or maintenance, you can count on Grady Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. Chopped foul at the plate for strike 1. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Key steps back in. And the 1-strike pitch up the middle and fielded. The throw to first is in time, 1 away. As the shortstop Lang makes the play. That moves the runner to second. And here is Bernchin, who reached on a fielder's choice in the first, fly to left in the third. Bernchin, a left-handed hitter. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. But again, kind of unusual because you just don't see very many left-handed pitchers in softball to see. It's got to be a little different for Jackson Bernchin facing a left-handed pitcher. And that's hit to right center for a base hit. And around third and coming home will be Schneering. So she scores Platteville's first run of the game. It's an RBI single for Bernchin. And it's 5-1. Prairie to Chien. And here is Kennedy Shea, who struck out looking in the first and singled in the fourth inning, but was erased on a fielder's choice. And the first pitch is a strike. Clear Reflections in Platteville proudly supports the Platteville softball team. Wishes them good luck and success this year. Clear Reflections specializes in window cleaning and pressure washing. Check out their website, clearreflectionswindows.com. Pitch hit to second, and the throw to second is in time to get the lead runner. So Bernchin is out on a 4-6 put out. Shea gets aboard on a fielder's choice. And she will be replaced by the courtesy runner, Mia Hoosier. So Hoosier at first, 2 away. Emma Graney made the first out of the first inning and then hit into a double play in the fourth inning. And this is popped straight up and caught by the shortstop. Lang makes the play. Well, Platteville does get a run on 2 hits and leaves 1. And after 5.5, Prairie to Chien 5, Platteville 1 on X1071.
Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Springtime DIY is in full bloom at Fleet Farm. 3-pound bags of Superior grass seed are on sale for just $9.99. 32-pound bags of Superior wheat and feed are sale priced at $19.99. Plus, buy an M18 5-amp rechargeable battery starter kit and get a select Milwaukee Bear tool for free. In-store only. Indoor, outdoor. Handle all your DIY needs at the best prices guaranteed at Fleet Farm. In game 13.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 Prairie to Chien. And Mitchell, Knapp, and Halverson in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch is ball 1, second pitch a strike. Mitchell RBI single in the first, homered in the fourth. Well, she's had a good day today, obviously, as the pitch is fouled off. 2 strikes. Mountain City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop in at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Rise ball misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First supply at Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. 2-2 with nobody out. Just misses outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Olds Law LLC in Platteville, working to protect your rights. At Olds Law, they have the experience you need to get the results you want. Visit them at Olds Law LLC on Facebook. Olds Law in Platteville, defending your tomorrow today. 3-2. Just missed it. It's ball 4. So Mitchell aboard on the walk. She's been on base all 3 times today. And a pinch runner, it'll be Lily Kussmall. Aboard at first as a pinch runner. So she's at first. Knapp fly to right in the first and fly to left, fly to center in the fourth inning. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Chien now looks, and again, now the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. This brings to mind the one rule change in softball, which is, I guess a few years ago, if you'd said that this rule was going to get changed, people would have looked like you'd lost your mind. But would you believe it or not? Here's the 1-1, and that's a fly ball to center field, and Graney comes over and makes the catch, and 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Knapp is 0 for 3. Halverson struck out in the 2nd, swinging, and struck out in the 4th, looking. Runner at first, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. And it's bunted, fouled on the 3rd baseline, no play, or strike 1. So the rule change is, you know, of course, that the traditional way in baseball that you signal pitch is catcher signals to the pitcher. And, of course, in high school, the coach signals in the pitches. Well, now you can do it electronically, believe it or not. Here's the 1-strike pitch, bunt attempt, and that's going to cost her a strike, 2 strikes. You can apparently use a smartwatch or another electronic device to get the pitch call, believe it or not. Apparently they were, I guess, just a nod to tech, I suppose. Here's a pop-up into short left behind third, and the shortstop, Schneering, comes over and makes the catch. And 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're brought to you by Clear Reflections in Platteville. They proudly support the Platteville softball team, wishes them good luck and success this year. Clear Reflections specializes in window cleaning and pressure washing. Check out their website, clearreflectionswindows.com. Lang takes strike 1. Lang struck out looking in the 2nd and swinging in the 4th. Here is the 0-1 pitch with a runner at first. And the pitch dropped at the plate, and that'll move the courtesy runner Kussball to 2nd. I guess that's going to be an error on Berencher, which will be the 2nd for Platteville in this game. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 out. Either that or a stolen base, because she was going with a pitch. And meanwhile, a grounder to short, and the throw to first is in time. So whether there was a stolen base or an error now doesn't matter, because the inning is over. Guess we'll call that just a stolen base. So 1 walk, 1 left. We go to the 7th. Prairie du Chien 5, Platteville 1 on X1071.
Offering everything from unique handmade goods to the latest fashion trends. See what's hot for
gateway to a successful career. Take the next step toward a new career today. Visit nicc.edu/earnlearn to explore opportunities and shape your future.
Top of the seventh inning, 5-1 Prairie to Chien, and the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Maggie Graben, who struck out looking in the second, grounded to second in the fourth. Prairie to Chien with 3 in the first. There's a called strike. 3 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. Platteville's lone run was 1 inning ago in the sixth inning. 2 strikes to Graben. And the pitch, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Graben, Pickle, and Jones, 6, 7, 8 batters for the Hillman in the top of the seventh inning. That's fouled off. Right to the right of the Wolf Construction broadcast table. Community First Bank, viewing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. 1-2 with nobody out. Kennedy had 2 runners aboard on the first, no more than 1 since until that base hit that drove in a run in the sixth inning. The pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's the 2-2. And that is called strike 3 at the knees, 1 away. Here's Pickle, who struck out looking in the second and in the fifth inning. We're brought to you by Graney Electric in Platteville, specializing in residential, commercial, and agricultural wiring for new construction repairs and maintenance. You can count on Graney Electric to make your electrical concerns go away. And there's a called strike. We'll have the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show with the Tricor Turning Point, which looks like it was basically the first inning, either the top or bottom, perhaps, or maybe both. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Prairie du Chien will host Belmont and Highland on Saturday here. As ball gets away from the catcher on a pitch outside, but nobody is on base, therefore no problem there. Platteville will host Sauk Prairie on Friday, and then Monroe on Tuesday. 1-2 with 1 out. Outside again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kennedy obviously trying to get her to chase, and Pickle not cooperating. 2-2 with 1 out. Fouled off, and that ends up hitting the air conditioner or generator. I'm not sure what that is. Would AC be on the roof maybe? Or is that just a chimney? Anyway, it hit something in a metallic box. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking on the outside corner. And Platteville is down to its final out. Claire Kennedy now with 9 strikeouts. And Alyssa Jones, who grounded to first in the second, struck out in the fifth. And the first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Kennedy has given up 5 hits and the 1 run, which again was 1 inning ago. And I don't think she has walked anybody. Doesn't look like it. Grounded to third, and the throw to first, close but out. And that is that. Platteville retired 1-2-3 in the seventh, and our final score, Prairie du Chien 5, Platteville 1. Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management postgame show after these messages on X1071. Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, thanks to Tyler Dictatus, on powered, I should say, by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Prairie du Chien, the winner today, over Platteville 5-1. The Blackhawks 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 4 runners on base. And Platteville 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors. They left 4 runners on base. Claire Kennedy went all the way, gave up the 5 hits and the 1 run with 10 strikeouts and no walks. And Kennedy Shea did not pitch badly. She gave up 6 hits, 5 runs. Not clear which runs were earned or not because of that first inning. She walked 3 and she struck out 4. Offensively, Rita Achenbach 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Let's see, Lainey Mitchell was 2 for 2 with that home run in the 4th inning. And let's see, Smith was 1 for 2, and McCumber was 1 for 2 for the Blackhawks. And for Platteville, Key was 2 for 3. Gabby Key, 2 for 3. Bernchin was 1 for 3. And a couple of other players got hits, but that basically was it. And so once again, Prairie du Chien over Platteville this afternoon, 5-1. We'll be back with more after this on X1071.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your 6 initiative. To learn more, go to gotyou6.org using the number 6.
I left the military with a traumatic brain injury. I came home to fight depression, anxiety, and alcohol.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Adam Greathouse, Army veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
With DAV's help, I've built a new life for myself.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is just experience in life.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Post-match 2.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. 5-1. Prairie du Chien beats Platteville. Tricor Turning Point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Pretty obviously the first inning, and that was both halves of the first inning. Platteville got 2 runners aboard, got the first 2 players aboard, first 2 batters aboard on hits in the top of the first, but were unable to get them in. And Prairie du Chien got 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and that included a double steal and defensive lapse also. So 2 hits, double steal, and an error led to the 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and that was a lead that Prairie du Chien never relinquished on their way to their 5-1 win over Platteville this afternoon. We will be back to wrap up the Edward Jones Regional Management postgame show at our broadcast and tell you what is coming up after these, and maybe a pass through the shoebox scoreboard. All of that after these messages on X1071. Grant Regional, Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on X1071 and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Prairie Chien beats Platteville in softball this afternoon 5-1 on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Brewers lose to Colorado 7-2. That was on AM 1590 WPVL. Also, now I got to check where these games, actually they're right in front of me, but Mineral Point leading Platteville in baseball 3-1. We're not sure what inning that is in. Meanwhile, in baseball, also, Cuba City a winner over Darlington 11-1 this afternoon in Darlington. And in softball, Cuba City a winner over Darlington 17-0. And those are the scores we have on the Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. If you give me a moment here, I'll be able to figure out what we have coming up. And that is right here. And we will tell you that we have more Brewers baseball this weekend. They are in Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. 8:05 Friday, 6:35 Saturday, and 2:35 Sunday on AM 1590 WPVL. Monday, we have softball, Belmont at Potosi Cassville at 4:40 on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tuesday, more softball, Doddsville at Platteville at 4:40 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll also have the Brewers at Detroit, 6:05 Monday and Tuesday, and 11:35 Wednesday, all on AM 1590 WPVL. And then the Brewers are home next weekend to take on formerly Oakland, now Sacramento, future Las Vegas, 6:35 on Good Friday, 5:35 Saturday on AM 1590 WPVL. R.J. Osterhaus is our sports director. John Joseph is our program director. Johnny Page is our chief engineer. Tyler Dictatus, again, Mr. Streaming Fix-It. Thanks for getting us on YouTube. Thanks also to Andy Benasic and the staff at Prairie Chien High School. Thanks to our sponsors who help us bring this game to you, and thank you for joining us. Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school softball presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. This is a Queen Bee Radio Sports presentation on X1071 WPVL FM Platteville and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Prairie Chien beats Platteville in softball this afternoon 5-1 from the Wolf Construction broadcast table. I'm Steve Prestigard. More extreme hit music is next. We'll be back for more softball next week.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.